Yo, what up, it's Don.
Sammy Lee here.
Soul Brothers, Raina's in the building too. She's kind of hiding a little bit tonight, but she's in the building nonetheless.
Yeah.
Harden 4.
Harden Volume 4, it's going for $130. Pretty cheap, I would say, you know?
Not bad.
And they're using their new cushion setup, the Light Strike cushion. So is it a good performer? We'll have to find out. If you guys want to cop, we'll leave a link in the description box. But let's get it started off with the Tracciones.
Interesting kind of, I don't even know what to call this.
Yeah, I don't know, really. It's just like some dimpled pattern or something.
Square, almost kind of a web vibe.
Yeah.
Reminiscent to the 1s
One
and 2s a little bit, yeah.
I mean, in this colorway, it's like slightly opaque, you know, like it's a little translucent if that's what you want to say. Clean court, really good bite. Going forward, there is a slight little slide, but I mean, I really didn't care because it wasn't even that bad. Not as bad as like, you know, recent Adidas shoes or like the Jordan 31, you know. So it's not even that. It's not even worth noting too much, but it's just a slight little slide, you know, just going forward. I don't know why that's weird. It's going like this, like, but then like lateral movements, I was okay.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, but anyways, yeah. So on the clean court, really good bite, especially for lateral movement, step backs and stuff. Like I said, sliding just a little bit going forward. On dust, it does pick up dust, and it is kind of annoying. It does pick it up pretty fast. And if it was a pretty dusty court or dusty setting, I found myself wiping a lot. It was a pretty light wipe though to wipe off dust. So just like 1 or 2 wipes and I was good to go. It was clean. I had a few good stops. It's also one of those traction patterns where if you let too much dust build up and you don't have time to wipe or whatever, and you're playing on a dusty court and you let it just build up, it's kind of dangerous because it was a violent slide, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like some shoes, it's just like it just doesn't stop as good, but this shoe, it's like a and then it's kind of like dangerous. You know, you really find yourself sliding a lot.
Yeah.
So just be careful on that. Just remember to wipe, and if you remember to wipe, it's an easy wipe, then you should be fine. Durability seems pretty good as well. I mean, it's pretty deep, and it's a hard rubber. So durability seems good. Mine's already kind of yellowing, it looks like. So
maybe stay away from a translucent if you're not into the yellowing outsole.
No.
But there'll probably be a ton of different colorways coming out with solids, so definitely not the best traction in a Harden model.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, it's good, but it's not the best. You know what I'm saying?
And Hardens have been top tier for a while.
Yeah. I mean, I would say this is like good and like almost top tier, but like not top tier, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you know, just keep that in mind. So there's a tracking there, pretty good. Moving on to the heel to toe transition. I mean, it's pretty nice. I mean, there's a little bit of actually a good amount of like curve here in the heel. You know, and like Donnie Boy is doing, you have a nice little curve in the toe area. You have a very flexy forefoot, so heel to toe transition real smooth. You have a good amount of heel compression and stuff like that, so you feel very fluid, while just like jogging around and stuff. It's not real clunky or like bootleg or anything, so that feels nice. As far as the full length Light Strike goes, it feels real good, especially for how thin this cushion setup is. Like, the court feel is insane.
Yeah, Harden likes a lot of court feel.
Yeah.
All the hards have been pretty low to the ground.
Exactly.
But this is a big departure in that it's always been boost, full length boost. So, what do you think?
I like it. We'll get into weight and stuff like that. But Light Strike, I feel like is a very good replacement for Boost. I don't think they're completely replacing Boost.
One of our biggest gripes with Boost has been weight.
And also it's a little too mushy if you don't cage it. Yeah, if you don't cage it correctly. But if you cage it, like sometimes they cage it too much and you can't feel the boost. So it's like really hard to make a really good middle ground for that. Light Strike is great. I don't think it's too mushy or anything. It's also like a little bit like it's just as bouncy as Boost. Slightly bouncy, not crazy bouncy like React. In the forefoot, it's really good court feel. Like you're right on the ground. And it's probably one of the best court feel shoes that you can probably get. Hardens, but also like there's a slight little bounce and like it feels plush in the forefoot, so it's not like horrible. So if it was a regular Phylon or something, it would suck. So Light Strike is really nice in that way. The heel, I mean, they do you know, the rubber comes up a good amount here, and then there is this heel counter. So like,
You mean the foam?
Yeah. So like, you know, the rubber right here.
Oh yeah.
And so it's like it makes it where the foam is here right at the heel a little bit thinner, so it doesn't compress as much. You know what I'm saying? It compresses a lot more on on the side here in the heel. That feels pretty nice, and impact protection seems to be good, especially for heel strikes. But if you're landing really hard on your forefoot, it kind of does hurt. You know, so like really hard. But other than that, still impact protection, just regular jumps and, you know, like stuff like that. It felt good. So yeah, light strike, incredible, responsive, very good court feel, slightly bouncy, very plush, comfortable and stuff like that. So it's like one of the most perfect cushion setups for me, because that's what I like.
And hopefully light, we'll see when we touch on weight.
Exactly.
Let's move on to materials.
Materials, they don't really say what they use, and also different colorways have different materials, but in this colorway there's more of like a knit, I'll just call it a prime knit, I think, right? And it got really soft, and it did stretch out. So, which we'll get into in fit, because like in fit it was like, when I first got it, it was pretty tight. Now it's a lot looser. There's a lot of fuse here in the toe area.
Is that 3M?
No, it's not 3M.
It almost looks like 3M.
Yeah, it kind of does. It looks more like duct tape, doesn't it?
It does. Yeah.
But yeah, that's good for toe drags and durability in the toe, but it's still like really soft. You know, it conforms to your foot really well. It's not super stretchy, but like not the most supportive upper that I've felt as far as the knit goes, you know, compared to like battle knit and stuff. But it still gets the job done. It really doesn't matter how soft it is here in the toe area. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you have a pretty well padded tongue, which feels comfortable. And then you have like this elastic strap in the midfoot, which doesn't do anything. So, but as far as materials go, very nice. I love it. And it's not like super thin, but it's not super thick. You know, so it's medium thickness. So I didn't mind it as much. Very soft, very comfortable. Felt great on foot. So very nice materials.
Cool. Let's move on to fit.
The fit. All right. So when I first got it, like I said, it was tight, but the materials do stretch out. So when you try it on or whatever, if you can try it on, it's a little tight. Don't worry about it. It'll stretch out. But for me, like I did say it was, I think I said it like slightly narrow, but it's actually not. I stretched out the material, and what I was feeling was like really tight in the toe box area, you know, like this way.
Height-wise?
Yeah, height-wise. So it felt a little tighter than it you know, if it actually is. So like I would say it's actually kind of like even wide foot friendly. You know what I'm saying? It's like right now I feel like it's slightly wide. It's not as tight in the toe area as it was. It's still a pretty tight fit, don't get me wrong, but like definitely not as tight as it was. So as far as length goes, go true to your Adidas size. You should be fine with that.
Which is almost kind of different from most Hardens.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, definitely. Like they made this like slightly wide.
Yeah.
You know? So there's the fit there. As far as putting the shoe on, super easy, especially with this really big heel tab. And the tongue does come out a lot. Of course, you can, if you want to make the midfoot a little bit tighter, you can put the laces through these two eyelets here on the bottom.
Support, lockdown.
Incredible, you guys already know. You know, like Hardens are always very good with support and lockdown. Lockdown, you're very good. I didn't have any heel slippage or anything. Lateral containment is very good. You know, you have the foam coming up here on the side and to cage you in, and also the lateral support is very, very good. You know, it's a really wide base. You have a outrigger, and you're just so low to the ground that like you're just so stable, and like, it just feels like, you know, like my foot is secure, not gonna roll over or anything. So support and lockdown, very, very good.
Cool. I guess let's touch on weight now.
Yes.
Hopefully they're a touch lighter. Hardens usually run like what do they usually run, like 14
around there.
14 ounces
14,
for Sam size.
12.8.
Lighter.
12.8. It's very a lot lighter. The lightest, 100%.
Yeah.
But it's still like kind of heavy. Oh no, it's not kind of heavy. It's like average.
Just doesn't feel super minimal.
No, like it feels minimal, but like as far as weight goes, it's like average compared to like all my other shoes. But yeah, it definitely feels a lot lighter than all the other Hardens that I've played in. And I mean, light strike, I think it really did help with that, you know?
Yeah.
As far as like minimal, it's a pretty minimal feeling shoe, but there is a good amount of cushion, you know? So it's not the most minimal, but it's also like not super heavy and bulky, you know? But like, I wish they would just like light or like make the cushion a little bit more minimal, you know?
Yeah, it's like they bubble it out too much for,
exactly.
I don't know what reason.
Not as bad as like the Dawn issues, you know,
Yeah.
but it's still like, I think they should mellow it out a little bit.
Yeah.
But other than that, very responsive shoe, so you'll feel light on your feet while playing these.
Stepping comfort?
Stepping comfort is pretty comfortable. The light strike is not as easy for me to feel just like walking around. I can really feel it when I start playing, like jogging and running. So casual use, it's still pretty comfortable, but not like the softest cushion ever, you know?
Mm-hmm. Durability?
Durability seems really good. I mean, you know,
strong outsole.
Yeah, strong outsole. The materials seem well made, well put together and stuff, and yeah, it looks really good.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Ventilation?
Warm. It's a warm shoe. So watch out for that.
Aesthetics?
Nope.
Nah.
I don't like these guys.
No sir.
Especially seeing them in hand. It was kind of growing on me a little bit, but you know, getting them in hand, I'm like, eh.
Yeah, it looks a little worse in person. I don't know if it's just this colorway. I mean, it's not a bad colorway.
Yeah, gray, dude. I like gray.
But I don't know. Yeah, something's off here a little bit. Definitely on the medial side. That is just that does a lot in a negative way for us. So let us know what you think aesthetically in the comment section.
Yes, but wrapping things up, $130. Still like pretty cheap, you know. Nothing compared to like $180 or $200 for the LeBrons, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a pretty good price. Is it a good performer? Real good performer. I just wish the traction was a little bit better, especially on dust. I don't know. Maybe I'll have to try a solid rubber option. I'm not sure, but it's I liked it. I enjoyed it a lot. They did change it up as far as the fit goes, which I don't like as much comparing to like the other Hardens, but it's still like not a huge deal, you know.
Yeah.
So if you're a guard and you want a lot of support, good cushion, then yeah, this is the way to go. And I feel like basically anyone can wear them, like even big guys, because the support is still there.
Yeah.
You know? And you have pretty good cushion as well still. So yeah, just watch out if you're playing on like a pretty dusty court. You're gonna have to wipe a lot. So other than that, great shoe. If you guys want to cop, we'll leave a link in the description box. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys next one.
Later.
Peace.